Today on Week in Review, the Prince Rupert Emergency Department sees more closures. Immigration talks and Bill C2 discussions. And a family's appeal over a mystery death in Vanderhoof. Hello and thank you for joining us. The Prince Rupert Emergency Department was closed Monday and again Wednesday for most part of the day from 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. Reasons cited were staffing shortages. It was also recently closed from 2 p.m. on Sunday, June 29th to 8 a.m. on the 30th, as well as for a stint on June 22nd, 16th, and 15th, and May 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, leaving local residents the options of calling 911 to be transported to the nearest facility or driving the 113 kilometers to Kissen Region Hospital themselves. On July 3rd, the Kissen Regional Hospital Emergency Department put out a notice of their own that they were experiencing higher than usual wait times and patient volumes. Patients who weren't sure whether their condition would warrant an emergency room visit or need health advice can call HealthLink BC by dialing 811. Canada Day marked its 158th birthday this July, and while the country reflects on its history, immigration remains a hot topic of national conversations. We spoke to a local organization helping newcomers. As the federal government looks to reduce immigration under Bill C2, a 21% cut to permanent residency admissions, a local organization in Terrace, Skinner Diversity is marking 25 years of supporting newcomers through job training, language classes, and community support.
Over the last 3-4 years, we have definitely seen increased numbers of newcomers moving to the community. From all different communities. First, it was increased numbers of workers coming from Korea, then Vietnam. The college have been increasing the numbers of international students, so there was more people coming from all different parts of India, Philippines, and the last, I think, few years we have seen a large number of people coming.
Several team members also shared their own journeys to Canada, stories of arriving in Canada with hope, uncertainty, and resilience.
I came to Skinner Diversity because I was having a problem as an immigrant. I had just landed to Terrace as a student, and I was having some challenges at the college. So someone at the college suggested there's an organization called Skinner Diversity. Maybe you should approach them, and they might be able to help you. When I was almost drowning and Skinner Diversity just came to my rescue, I said, I want to do this every single day. I want to work here. I want to be able to help fellow newcomers like me.
Now they help others find their place.
A young lady, she's a teenager, and she came here from Vietnam. And back home, in Vietnam, she faced a lot of bullying as she was growing up. Like, this little girl shows up for almost all our events. She calls us her family. She wrote us a letter over Christmas saying, "You're my family, I love you so much."
In our continuing coverage, we take a closer look at Skinner Diversity, a long-standing organization supporting newcomers in the Northwest amid the ongoing immigration issues. For 25 years, Skinner Diversity has been more than just a settlement service. It's been a community, a home, and a bridge for people starting over. Today, we hear directly from those who are not only shaping the organization's future, but who have walked the path of immigration themselves.
This is our 25th anniversary, 25 years of being in the community, and their work is ongoing. It fulfills a specific need in the community in relation to immigration matters and temporary foreign workers. And we have now become an integral part of the community because we provide a necessary resource whereby we're welcoming community members into the community, newcomers to the community, so that they say, this is a good place to be. This is a place where I feel like I can make friends, I can become part of the Skinner Diversity family, which is really what we are. People come and go all the time, which is fine. But the fact is that people have a good experience with us.
I've been here since 2010, so 15 years. We started off with 3 employees and we've grown to 11 now. And it's definitely changed, it's growing, it's big, it's ever changing. Every day is a new option to learn something new. And the amount of people that come through here, it's incredible. It's a new face, and then we say goodbye to the old faces, and then somebody else shows up, and it's a rotating door. It keeps going and going and going.
I came here as an international student 3 years ago. Over the years, I noticed a lot of changes, especially in immigration, and people are having trouble with coming in here in many different ways, like as temporary workers, as international students, and also having that trouble bringing their whole family.
I have been with Skinner Diversity for almost 2 years now. I started working here when I graduated from the college, and now my current project is to make sure that the community keeps on getting better in terms of welcoming newcomers, and it's more inclusive.
A board chair offers her opinion on Bill C2, and other staff members express hope for the years ahead.
It's going to affect not only Skinner Diversity but the whole community, because our college, which a lot of the newcomers come for our college, and to go to take different classes and get diplomas and move on to universities. And that's being cut drastically, which will affect all of the stores that hire all these people to help them to be able to live here. But I do understand one of the things that the government didn't do, shouldn't get political, but they brought all the students in, but they had nowhere for them to live. So that started a whole cycle of problems, which has ended in them cutting.
What I would want is that in, let's say, in the next 5-10 years, right, there's more diversity.
So 5 to 10 years, I hope we just keep striving through it all. I want a racism-free community. That'd be nice.
In a world where immigration is often politicized, organizations like Skinner Diversity reminds us of the real story about human connection and community. Up next, mysterious death in Vanderhoof that has family appealing. The Terrace RCMP have notified the public that they are on the lookout for a boat and a trailer that were stolen from the Twin River Estate on Apsley Street towards the end of last week. The boat has been described as being a 25-foot long, gray and blue colored alley craft that features an inbound engine plus a kicker on the back. And it's believed to have been stolen sometime around 9:30 p.m. on July 3rd. The boat's identification number is on its port side. Police have also speculated that the colors on the boat might be different in an attempt to hide it from authorities. Anyone who has information that could lead to the boat's discovery is asked to call the Terrace RCMP. Gordon Sim was found dead in a home in Vanderhoof earlier this year, but his family still doesn't know how he got there, and they are appealing to anyone with information to come forward. St. Jean Alexander has the story.
Until now, Mounties had only released stills of this person. Still unsure of who it is, they are now providing surveillance video of what they're calling a person of interest, walking in Vanderhoof on a very cold day.
We are the family of Gordon Sims. He is a beloved brother, father, grandfather, son, and uncle who was tragically taken from us January of this year.
Gordon Sims was last seen alive in early January. Police say the 65-year-old died from what they describe as suspicious injuries. His body was discovered in a home on 5th Street, and they believe he died sometime between January 10th and the day he was found on January 14th.
Gord was a loving, caring, thoughtful, funny, articulate man who did not deserve what was given to him.
Not much is known about the person of interest, and since the face is not visible, it's not clear if it's a man or a woman. but long hair can be seen, what looks like a checkered blanket or cape, purple and white pants, black gloves and black boots, and a shopping bag in hand. Mounties would like to talk to this individual.
We as the family are pleading for any assistance, anything that is known. And if anyone can identify the person on the video that will be released with this, please contact the Vanderhoof RCMP.
And of course, anyone who wants to remain anonymous can call Crime Stoppers. Mounties won't provide further details on the investigation, but say it's homicide. St. John Alexander, CTV News, Vancouver.
The Smithers RCMP recently put out a notice saying that they are seeking help in their search for a young man that is currently missing. The missing man's name is Cash Wilson, and his last known sighting was back on June 24th, with it's also being known for him to frequent the area between Prince George and New Hazelton. Wilson has been described as an 18-year-old Indigenous man that is around 5'9", 161 pounds, and has both brown hair and as well as brown eyes. Anyone with information that could lead to Wilson's discovery is being asked to call the Smithers RCMP at 250-847-3233 or BC Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-8477. The Kitimat RCMP has posted a release on some of the recent and most notable incidents that they have encountered with their report covering the final days of June and beginning of July. One area of the report talked about how a patrolling officer conducting a traffic stop on a man riding a motor scooter without a helmet led to an unexpected discovery. While telling the man about the helmet laws, the officer discovered that the man was carrying illegal cigarettes and other suspected drugs. The man was arrested and later released, but this discovery has opened an investigation looking into a potential drug trafficking. A woman that is facing several charges after she was accused of threatening a group of teens with a firearm was scheduled to appear at the Terrace Courthouse Tuesday. But the court session was moved to a later date, and it's currently unknown what the new date for the hearing will be. The alleged initial incident reportedly happened on June 24th at around 11 p.m. and occurred on Banner Street while the teens were said to be in the midst of playing a game of manhunt by the woman's property. Luckily, no one was injured, and the Terrace RCMP later ended up searching the home and seizing the firearm while also placing the woman under arrest. After the break, safety concern and trail conflicts in the Terrace community. The Terrace RCMP is set to get a new detachment commander as the officer who previously held the position is transferring. Inspector Terry Gillespie is on his way to Nanaimo's RCMP detachment after serving as an officer in charge of the Terrace branch for the past 3 years. As for his replacement, Staff Sergeant Mike Bouguillon has been chosen to fill the role. Although it's not currently known when he will make his way to Terrace, the intention is within the next 2 months. Staff Sergeant Bouguillon will be coming over from Grand Prairie, Alberta. The Northwest BC Resource Benefit Alliance recently launched a new website that provides both clearer and easier to access information about the various projects that are being funded by the 2024 Northwest BC Regional Funding Agreements. The new site also includes information about the $250 million over a 5-year given to the Alliance during the 2024 provincial budget announcement. Some of the projects that the new site highlights include the City of Terrace getting a new Zamboni, Prince Rupert working on upgrading their water lines, and Burns Lake making improvement to government streets. There is a growing confusion in the cycling community between electric bikes and e-dirt bikes and traditional mountain bikes, confusion that's causing safety concerns and trail conflicts in the Terrace community. Now, local RCMP and Biking Association are sounding the alarm, urging riders to know the difference and follow the rules. These concerns have local RCMP speaking out, clarifying what's allowed and what's not under current laws. In a recent press release by RCMP's media relation officer, both e-bikes and e-dirt bikes have been reported speeding along residential streets, flying down municipal trails, and stunting on city sidewalks. This has drawn attention to the fast-growing phenomenon of e-bikes and what the laws are surrounding their use. The rules for e-dirt bikes remain the same as traditional gas-powered dirt bike. They are for off-road use only and not to be operated on roads, sidewalks, bike lanes, or any place the public may be. E-dirt bikes are subject to the Motor Vehicle Act offenses and fines, subject to 7-day vehicle impoundment and criminal code offenses. Meanwhile, local mountain biking associations are also raising red flags. They say Class 2 e-bikes are putting trail users at risk and damaging sensitive trail systems meant for the human-powered activity. In a Facebook post by the association, Terrace Off-Road Cycle Association is not happy with them on their cycling trail as well. This is a great opportunity for us to remind everyone that the mountain bike trails and the pump track in Terrace are developed and maintained through the efforts of volunteers. They say there are no still consistent long-term funding sources available to care for the trails, so every year it's a struggle to find funding for projects and volunteers to help look after the trails. They say if you see a Saron on the mountain bike trails, we encourage you to politely and respectfully speak up and let the rider know that they are on the wrong trail. They explain Sarons and other electric dirt bikes have throttles, no pedal assist, and a lot of power up to 8,000 watts with maximum speed of 75 km per hour. As the popularity of e-bikes continue to rise, clear understanding and responsible riding will be key to sharing the road and trails safely. We will bring you more coverage and updates as we hear from both the RCMP and the Biking Association. People that are intending to go on a hike or bike on Terrace Mountain will notice some finished improvements that have been made to the trailhead on Johnstone Street. The bottom part of the trail has a new sign along with the landing area and the parking area on both sides of the street and are wider and more distinct while also being resurfaced with new gravel. This marks the completion of the past couple of months' work that has been done to improve both the Flathead mountain biking trail and the Wolfpack Viewpoint Trail. Last fall, the city of Terrace sought out the feedback of the local population so that they could update their official community plan to the liking of their residents. The city has since confirmed that 3 main themes have emerged from the feedback, those being the love residents have for the downtown area and the outdoors and an affinity for parks. And while those trends are the early subjects to emerge from their feedback collection, the city will continue looking into hearing from residents for at least the next few months. Still to come, cases of measles continue to climb in BC. The province of BC recently released the list of communities that will be benefiting from funding provided by the 2025 to 2026 edition of the BC Air Access Program, and several northern communities appear on the list. The most notable include Smithers, who would get $35,000 to create a facility master plan for their airport. Burns Lake, who is receiving over $802,000 to upgrade their airport's fuel system. And Vanderhoof is set to get over $366,000 to widen their airport's runway. The Northwest Regional Airports near Terrace recently put out the numbers that make up their passenger statistics for the month of June 2025. In June, there were 22,776 passengers, which was down a slight bit from May's number of 22,895 people. But even with a slight dip, June still came in having the second highest number of passengers for a single month in 2025 for the airport. The number of people infected with measles keep climbing up in BC. More than 100 cases are now confirmed since the beginning of the year. 10 people have been hospitalized. Health officials are urging everyone to check on their vaccination status as summer travel ramps up. CTV's Penny Daflos now with what we know and whether Alberta's soaring infections are cause for concern.
As most British Columbians relax over summer break, doctors are watching to see if patients with flu-like symptoms develop a distinctive rash.
Measles is an extremely contagious virus.
Health officials gave an update on the spread in our province with 102 confirmed infections and 10 people having been hospitalized with severe symptoms. Most cases have been in northern BC in unvaccinated people, and now they're reaching out to those who could be next.
Starting with a kind of selected community in the northeast area that's most affected at risk right now, and organizing the outreach, including immunization clinics.
The province also texted 31,000 people whose vaccination status against measles is unclear, with hundreds choosing to immunize themselves.
They're very concerned about his disease that we thought we had eradicated through safe and effective vaccines.
This family doctor has teenage patients who are rejecting their parents' anti-vax upbringing.
I think it's a great part of youth rebellion to make sure that your vaccination is up to date.
While BC cases are low, Alberta has more than 1,200.
This is a public health emergency. It is a huge concern that we have unmitigated spread of a virus that is easily preventable.
The province has the most infections per capita in North America and just hosted several big events.
I would doubt we would see something that big, because that's actually very significant, like you described, what's happening in Alberta. Time will tell, but we don't have that level of concern. But we are, of course, concerned it's measles.
Symptoms can last 10 to 21 days, and complications will send 1 in 10 to hospital. Qualified experts insist the best approach is prevention through vaccines and urge people to ignore misinformation and home remedies promoted online.
It is absolutely vital that we pay attention and that we follow that expert evidence-based policy and decision-making, the guidance that is provided to us.
Vaccines are free in BC and available through doctors and pharmacists. Penny Daflos, CTV News, Vancouver.
And sticking with the town of Smithers, their government has recently reported that there have been an increase in bear activities in the local area, mainly on the perimeter trail. As a result of this increase, the town of Smithers is taking upon themselves to remind residents on the best way to keep themselves safe from bears. Some of those tips include making sure your food and garbage are secured, traveling in groups when possible, and if you happen to see a bear, keep calm, make loud noises, and back away from it slowly. That wraps up this edition of Week in Review. Join us for CFTK-TV News weeknight at 5, 6, 6:30, and 11. I'm Helen Asante. For all of us here at CFTK-TV News, thanks for watching.